I, 27F, had an older brother, 25M, who died in 2014. He was the older brother any girl wanted, and we were close. He taught me valuable lessons in life, such as cooking, driving, and never giving up, showed me anime manga, would go on little road trips, and we would flat out ignored our parents' favoritism with my younger brother. Sadly, he died when a shooting happened. He was not a criminal, he was only eating and it happened, and there was an investigation, and police found he was not involved in any illegal activity, and one of the bullets killed him instantly. He was only 25, and I was 19 in 2014. I would lie if I said that I didn't fall into a deep depression. It came to the point where I stopped eating and lost around 55 pounds in a month and a half after his passing. I only drank water and milk that would fill me up. I didn't want to get better until one day my former sister-in-law called me to tell me that he left me some things. I met up with her and the stuff he left behind was an album with Polaroid pictures of our crazy adventures, graphic anime tees, and a chain with both of our initials. I was in tears and decided to get help because he would love to see me happy and not die of sadness. It's been years since his passing and I am doing a lot better, and I have a tradition that on his birthday that I would leave flowers in his grave. I only stay 2 minutes, then leave after singing him a happy birthday. My therapist said this was a good idea. However, my parents, 50M and 59F, younger brother, 22M, and aunt, 52F, decided to have an intervention thinking religiously that I was doing something satanic, that I was calling out the dead, that they should have thrown the things he left me in the garbage, and that I should attend to their church to see if the Lord gets those diabolical ideas out of your head. I was shocked and told them that I won't stop doing this tradition, that I won't be attending their church, that this is their older son, and that if they keep behaving like this, I won't feel bad at all for having to go North Carolina with them. They kept on yelling at me, and my aunt went as far as to throw holy water at me. I had it and told them that when they stop being religious nuts we'll talk, but as of today, I want nothing to do with them. I left before any of them could say anything. It's been a week since the incident, and I have blocked their numbers. I just saved myself from toxic family members and I won't go back there ever again. Good for you. Honoring somebody who has passed isn't satanic and is actually a vital part of most religions around the world, including Christianity, so they can go take their twisted beliefs and go sweep a fence. Sorry for your loss. Good for you. And be sure to make copies and/or at least photos, videos of these priceless objects in case these mentally challenged religious zealots destroy them. Good for you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your tradition. It's really sweet, and the fact that your family, his own parents for that matter, think you singing happy birthday to your brother is satanic is beyond mind-boggling. I mean, I honestly just can't with people who come up with such deluded conclusions. It's definitely not satanic in any way, shape or form. I'm a preschool teacher. Ooh, I've got some fun stories. Today, a mom put in a complaint about me. Her kids are twins, 3 years old, and they're an absolute mess. I love all kids, but these two are something else. Their names are incredibly similar. First of all, picture a parent naming their twins Candy and Mandy or Mackenzie and McKinley. So these girls don't know their own names. They both think their name is Mackenzie. They came into my class not potty trained, they barely know any letters and colors, and have a low vocabulary, even though they have an older sibling, both parents and a nanny taking care of them. They hit and shove each other, pull each other's hair and try to stick their fingers in each other's eyes. They have literally stepped on my other kids to get where they're going because they're so used to always having their way. One of them, McKinley, can be cute, and I had already made progress with her. She's using the potty by herself now, knows a few colors, and is starting to respond to the correct name. Then there's Mackenzie. This child literally clutches her pearls and looks offended if I ask her to do basic things like clean up her toys, go potty, or line up for recess. She gets angry if she's told to say please, screams chicken. If she doesn't like her lunch and says no, while giggling at everything she's told to do. Now I would speak to her entitled mother at pickup about the behavioral issues, but even I softened it and didn't tell her everything this kid does. EM would insist that all of their behavior was because they speak 2 languages. Sorry, Mackenzie knows exactly what go potty means, she just doesn't like to do it. So last night, she was throwing a bigger fit than usual. I told her she could stand up and walk to the potty or I could carry her, but laying down and kicking her feet wasn't an option. She didn't get up, so I picked her up and took her into the bathroom. I gave her a minute to stand still and calm down, then told her again to use the potty. She immediately slapped me hard on the arm. This was the first time she hit someone other than her twin. I made her go potty and sat her in the library away from the other children, cause she was still throwing her tantrum and I didn't want her to hit another kid. I take hitting very seriously, so I told her she needed to sit until she could be nice again or until mommy got there so I could talk to her. Mackenzie kept screaming and stomping, so I left her alone to cool down since my sitting by her was only enraging her more. QEM picking up. She was rushing to get her screaming kids out, so I only had time to tell her that Mackenzie was sitting out of the group because she hit and wasn't being safe. EM asked why she'd hit, and I explained it was because she was refusing to go potty again. EM said, "Mackenzie, no, you need to be nice and rush them out." This morning when I arrived, EM was in my boss's office throwing a fit and demanding the twins be removed from my room. I wasn't there for the conversation, but my boss called me in later to talk about it. Apparently, EM described last night as the teacher put Mackenzie in timeout for not going potty, which totally was not what happened. I was on the verge of a panic attack all day because I didn't know what was going on or what I had done wrong. My boss was fine with it once I explained, just told me to make sure I'm conscious of how things look to parents when they pick up their kids. The twins were moved to the other preschool class, and at the end of the day, I overheard that teacher crying to the manager because EM had bawled her out over something too. The woman cannot handle her children getting any kind of discipline whatsoever, but unfortunately, schools have schedules to keep to, and we can't spend 45 minutes waiting for your child to decide to go potty on her own. When she first enrolled them, she asked my co-teacher if we could spoon feed them. They're in preschool. Their classmates speak in full sentences, draw detailed pictures, count to 30, say the entire alphabet, and some can write their names already. I'm so hoping EM just pulls them out of the school, cause if she tries to put them in my class again, I'm not taking them. I'm not going to put my entire class behind because I have 2 children in my class who I'm not allowed to teach. They should be in separate classes. Twins usually do better apart. OP. Yes, I have been begging my boss to split them up, but the mom requested they stay together. My school is big on the customer is always right. EM insists they have such a strong bond, and I'm like, yeah, until one of them takes the other's eye out. There's a huge teacher shortage, especially at the East level. It sounds like the school caters too much to these loonies, and I wouldn't blame you for leaving. It also sounds like they are perhaps emotionally neglected at home or should be tested for early intervention services. Someone should tell her how far behind her kids are. Something tells me she cares about outward appearance. OP. She thinks it's funny and adorable that they don't know their names and says everything else is because they speak 2 languages.